Sarawak continues to be an investment destination of choice towards public-private synergy in agriculture, and hurricane develops into Category 4. Those are the headlines for tonight. You're now with me, Shor Shamato, and this is TVS Nightline. Sarawak continues to be an investment destination of choice to many foreign investors, thanks to its various inclusive policies, strategic location, and healthy economic growth. In fact, Premier Incorporated Senior Vice President David Hargraves is confident that Sarawak can become a supply chain partner to the United States.
Coming out of the pandemic, there's a need to have stable locations with clean energy and commitment to sustainability and good labor practices. There's a need to expand the supply chains that service the hospitals in the United States and find more reliable partners. So we met today with the Honorable Premier to have discussions about that and see if there were any opportunities.
Hargraves was met after paying a courtesy visit to the State Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, at his office on Wednesday. Meanwhile, for Baring Private Equity Asia, or BPA, Managing Director Gordon Shaw said the company is ready to engage with Sarawak, especially in the energy resources sector.
This focus on green environmental target and also the energy supply already in Sarawak is primarily renewables. So that would help, if we can relocate some of our portfolio companies, it would actually be a very helpful effort towards achieving carbon neutrality.
In addition, the two foreign-based companies also described the state government's green policy makes it an attractive investment destination.
The Health Ministry, or MOH, has announced that the wearing of face masks on board aircrafts is no longer compulsory, effective immediately. Health Minister Khairi Jamaluddin said this decision was made using a risk-based approach and after taking into consideration the improved aircraft technology and the controlled COVID-19 cases in Malaysia.
However, Khairi said the need to wear face masks on board aircraft is still subject to conditions set by the countries travelers are visiting, adding that the wearing of face masks is encouraged for individuals with symptoms like fever, cough, flu, and high-risk individuals like senior citizens, people with chronic diseases, those with low immunity, and pregnant women. He said people traveling with high-risk individuals like senior citizens and children are also encouraged to continue wearing face masks on board. The relaxation on wearing of face masks in aircraft was in line with health recommendations from countries in the European Union, the United Kingdom, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. The government made the wearing of face masks compulsory beginning August 1st, 2020, but the ministry on September 7th this year announced that it was no longer mandatory indoors and in public areas.
Thousands fled Cuba as Hurricane Ian strikes the Pinar del Rio province. About 40,000 people from low-lying coastal areas were evacuated and authorities cut the power supply for the entire province. Most recently, the hurricane has developed into Category 4 earlier than what was forecasted by the Meteorological Department and is expected to grow stronger.
Maximum sustained winds since early morning continue at 205 km per hour with higher gusts. Several people asked us if a weakening was possible when a hurricane interacted with the land, because usually this is possible. However, it has not happened. Even over land, it has decreased its central pressure, which is 950 hectopascal.
Though Pinar del Rio is slightly populated, it is a top producer in producing agricultural products and tobacco. This will greatly affect the country's economic projection, as Cuba has already been hit by an economic crisis. Blackouts were common, and shortages of food, medicine, and fuel are likely to worsen from the hurricane.
Forming a partnership is a common business strategy used among companies seeking to achieve a common goal or reach a targeted consumer market. As such, Deputy Minister of Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development, Dr. Abdul Rahman Ismail, has called upon the Sarawak Farmers Association to collaborate with private agricultural companies in stimulating agropreneurship, adding that the lack of reliable access to markets is a major barrier to viable opportunities in agriculture and a potential deterrent for future businesses.
He revealed that PPNS has already collaborated with 4 private-owned companies and will collaborate with 2 more by year-end.
Kita telah pun menandatangani 4 perjanjian dengan syarikat swasta. Yang pertama adalah pengeluaran benih ikan tilapia. Yang kedua adalah untuk memberi perkhidmatan kepada peternak kecil ikan tilapia di Tasik Batang Air. Yang ketiga, kita telah pun menandatangan dengan syarikat Seahorse untuk pengeluaran udang putih di tanah milik PPN di Rampungan. Dan yang terakhir adalah untuk penternakan kerbau, pembiakan kerbau. Kita telah pun diberikan lesen untuk operate sebuah stesen pembiakan kerbau milik DBS Sarawak di Lawas. Dan 2 lagi pada tahun ini insyaAllah kita akan tantangan, yaitu untuk penghasilan makanan ikan, dan satu lagi untuk mengendali 2 CPPC, collection P, processing and packaging center yang ada yang siap di Lawas dan di Limbang.
He said the benefits of leveraging the private sector through multi-stakeholder partnerships and effective business models will be critical in the collective effort to address farmers' income, reduce extreme poverty, and promote food security.
Technology has proved to be extremely useful in the agricultural sector. Hence, a comprehensive approach and intervention are needed to improve the income generation, food security, nutrition and environment conservation. Minister of Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development, Sarawak, Dr. Stephen Rundi Uttam stressed that farmers tend to stick to traditional methods in farming practices. As old habits die hard, changing people's mindsets needs concerted efforts, which is an uphill task. However, by having an adaptive mindset is the key to success for the ministry to undertake.
Adopting technology into farming practices provides better yield and earnings.
Do you still want to live the manner that you have been living all over the years? Or you want to improve yourself economically to have a better living standard and so on, to have children to have a better education, and then to improve a better place, housing and so on. That is very important. So therefore, changing mindset is the real challenge, not only in agriculture.
Meanwhile, he said in order to ensure a resilient food production, it is important for farmers to equip themselves with knowledge such as on investment and government assistance.
Number 2, you can get some assistance in terms of knowledge, in terms of method, how to do it, modernization. So that one from the expert, from department, from government, from ministry, and from other researchers or scientists and so on. Then only we can be sure of how to improve our livelihood.
At the same time, he calls upon all farmers statewide to take full advantage of the use of technology. adding that the benefit includes in helping farmers forecast climate more accurately, reduce water usage, increase yields, and boost their net profits.
Meanwhile, Sarawak aims to increase the income of Sarawak's farmers up to 6,000 ringgit monthly through various programs. This includes the increase of income of farming communities as part of the Post-COVID Development Strategy 2030.
According to farmers, the returns of investment ROI initiated by the government programs have been lucrative for their livelihood. Some expressed their gratitude that the programs have brought about big differences and improvements in educating and being more productive in their work.
Dapat membantu peladang untuk buat yang terbaik, jadi yang berhormat, mencadangkan semua peladang dan PPK buat yang terbaik untuk meningkatkan supaya peladang dapat berjaya lah. Jadi saya sebagai Pradanita dari PPK Bintulu akan buat kerja yang terbaik lah untuk akan datang.
Dahulu saya mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada PPN sebab menganjurkan Masyarakat Agung ini. Apa yang kami perolehi kat sini adalah yang pertama sekali adalah keuntungan kami untuk mendapatkan satu adalah teknologi barulah, pemodenan yang baru di mana kita dibagi geran-geran kerajaan di mana ini adalah memberikan menambahkan sosioekonomi kita di masyarakat depan untuk para peladang-peladang di mana banyak-banyak yang dana-dana yang telah dibagi untuk menambahkan pendapatan kita. Jadi dekat sini juga kementerian juga telah memberikan motivasi kepada peladang di mana dia nak transformasikan kita kepada peladang dengan teknologi yang moden.
This effort was introduced on Wednesday through the launching of the 37th Sarawak Farmer Association PPNS Annual Grand Meeting, attended by a total of 179 delegates representing 176,000 farmer members from 28 Area Farmers Organization or PPK.
The Sarawak Transport Ministry has formed a new Urban Traffic Management Committee to discuss and coordinate pertinent issues that affect traffic flow and transport movement in the state. State Transport Minister Dato Sri Lee Kim Shin said in a statement that SUTMAC, or Sarawak Urban Traffic Management Committee, was approved by the state government on August 25.
The minister added that this was in line with the newly extensive development that is taking place in the state's major cities and towns. Lee Kim Shin explained that between 2006 and 2019, the road infrastructures which connects the cities, towns and villages has grown in length from 13,231 kilometers to 305,528 kilometers, and the traffic volume such as private cars, motorcycles and commercial vehicles has risen and reached to a point it could threaten safety on the road. The formation of SUTMAC is well timed to execute the ministry's function in urban traffic management, as there are very little room on the road to move without getting stuck at traffic junctions or intersection, which can bring to congestions. Lee Kim Shin said SUTMAC will also be a forum for the authorities to sit down and discuss and coordinate issues and propose a system that would create a safe and efficient movement of people and goods, as well as protect the environment. He further adds that the committee will also recommend integrated programs, projects and initiatives to resolve the issue in a more manageable way.
The Kuching District Police Headquarters have successfully solved 15 cases of motorcycle theft in Kuching, with the arrest of 4 members of the gang syndicate known as Ape Setan. All 4 suspects, aged between 21 to 40 years old, were arrested at 4 different locations in Kuching.
Kuching District Police Chief Assistant Commissioner of Police Asmon Baja said the syndicate's modus operandi targets high-demand branded motorcycles with the intention to sell it to the neighboring country.
Sindiket ini diringkas saja dan dia memang melakukan jenayah dengan cepat. Apabila dia rosakkan kunci, sama ada kunci tambahan ataupun selainnya, dia akan angkat dan masuk. Sama ada motor itu boleh dihidupkan ataupun tidak, itu bagi dia lain. Dia sudah menyediakan kenderaan van yang ada semasa melakukan jenayah, dia ambil dan masukkan. Dan van yang digunakan pun sebenarnya van yang betul daripada satu syarikat. Disalahgunakan oleh salah seorang pekerja yang bekerja di situ untuk tujuan melakukan jenayah.
According to Asman, the suspects have had criminal records which consist of vehicle theft, drug-related offences and robbery, with estimated losses amounting to 60,000 ringgit. The case is being investigated under Section 379A of the Penal Code.
In conjunction with the Kuching Marathon, several roads in the city will be closed beginning 11 p.m. on October 1st to 10 a.m. the next day. This will mostly involve roads in the city centre. According to Kuching District Police Chief ACP Asmon Baja, this is to ensure the safety of runners and organisers.
Kita menasihatkan untuk masyarakat, khususnya yang pada hari awal pagi nanti ataupun yang lewat malam balik daripada bekerja ataupun apa saja berusaha termasuk menjaga untuk bersabar dan siap sedia dengan menuan-menuan alternatif yang ada.
Some of the roads involved are Jalan Tun Abang Haji Openg, Jalan Pearl, Jalan Padungan, Jalan Haji Taha, Jalan Masjid, Jalan Gambia and more. Asman added, the full list of roads involved with the closure is available for reference on Kuching Police Headquarters Facebook page.
Coming up right after the break, proposals for Budget 2023 still accepted and a passenger arrested after making bomb threat. Right here on TVS Nightline, stay tuned. Welcome back to the Nightline. Members of the public and businesses still have 10 days left to submit their proposals and share their views to the Ministry of Finance. National Budget Office Director Dato' Shahrul Anwar Sarman said that this is to ensure that the budget would benefit all target groups.
He said the engagement sessions on Budget 2023 had begun as early as March this year, followed by comprehensive consultation sessions and roadshows in May. He added that about 190 engagement sessions were held and 242 memoranda, as well as more than 6,000 views from members of the public on the budget, had been received. To date, 6 pre-budget 2023 statements had been issued on the budget's direction and feedbacks. Shahrul Anwar said Budget 2023 is similar to Budget 2022 in that it continues to focus on the people's well-being, enhancing business resilience and economic recovery. Overall, he said Budget 2022 was on the right track, based on the achievements with regard to economic growth, the unemployment rate, industrial production, and the tourism sector. However, he noted that some groups had been left out of the assistance provided under Budget 2022.
The Ministry of Food Industry, Commodity and Regional Development hopes for a bigger allocation in the 2023 budget for it to abide by the assorted programs aimed at ensuring the chain of the country's food supply. According to its Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom, this policy would be in line with policies involving the agricultural sector, which needed to be clearly formulated to ensure that Sarawak becomes a net food exporter by 2030.
Stephen Rundi further stressed that Sarawak has a huge potential in becoming a net food exporter by 2030 due to its vast land, cheap electricity and expertise. However, he said that collective effort is needed to equip struggling farmers with commercial producers.
We still need a lot of work to do, a lot of effort, collective effort from all the agencies, including state and federal government, so they will be able to improve the life and the livelihood of the farming community in Sarawak.
Furthermore, he emphasized that modern and new agricultural approaches can be utilized so as to reduce dependence on imported products. At the same time, he hopes that the budget allocated can increase farmers' productivity and income simultaneously, adding that the agriculture sector was one of the enablers of the state post-COVID-19 strategic development as a high-income society by 2030.
It is always our hope for the federal government to be sensitive to our need. And we have planned and also we have submitted our budget accordingly. And I hope it's going to be helping especially the low-income group, people who are living the underprivileged, the have-nots and so on.
He told reporters during a press conference at a hotel in Kuching after launching the annual grand meeting of the Sarawak Farmers Organisation PPNS on Wednesday. Previously, Minister Datuk Seri Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jaafar confirmed that the Budget 2023 tabling has been brought forward to October 7th, 3 weeks earlier than the originally scheduled date, October 28th.
In the bid to help the United Arab Emirates or UAE in becoming a food hub in the Middle East, Malaysia is offering the UAE to make a reverse investment to support the food security policy of both countries. To that end, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob said that Malaysia has vast and suitable land for foreign investors to invest in agriculture.
Dan saya menawarkan kepada Yang Mulia Presiden supaya mereka membuat reverse investment ataupun pelaburan timbal balas, yang mana sebagai sebuah negara yang mempunyai tanah yang luas dan sesuai untuk pertanian, kita meminta supaya mereka membuat pelaburan pertanian di Malaysia. Kerana saya difahamkan UAE mempunyai perancangan untuk menjadikan UAE sebagai hub kepada ekspor pertanian ke negara-negara Afrika dan sebagainya.
He said so at a press conference in conjunction with his working visit to the UAE. Meanwhile, in a meeting with UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan at the presidential residence on Monday, Ismail Sabri said Sheikh Mohammed welcomed the proposal and the two leaders agreed to establish a joint working committee to look into the proposal in more detail. Previously, Qatar and Saudi Arabia have also expressed interest in participating in reverse investment in the field of agriculture in Malaysia, which would help the country to increase the production of agricultural products. Ismail Sabri said Balatna, a Qatari dairy producer, has made a commitment to invest 4.5 billion ringgit in the largest dairy farm in the Southeast Asian region, with 2 sites identified, Chuping Perlis and Muazzam Pahang. Adding further, he said Malaysia and Saudi Arabia had previously signed an agreement to explore new collaboration in agriculture.
Thank you for staying with me. Now moving on to the next update. A passenger of a Singapore Airlines flight was arrested after he made a bomb threat comment on board and allegedly assaulted a cabin crew. According to authorities, the 37-year-old male passenger who was on board the flight from San Francisco had claimed there was a bomb in his hand luggage.
According to the country's public news broadcaster, Channel News Asia or CNA, police was alerted of the incident at 2:40 a.m., prompting fighter jets to scramble to escort the plane to land at Changi International Airport. Upon arrival, the passenger was later arrested under anti-terrorism measures and for suspected drug consumption. The bomb threat was subsequently found to be false, adding the suspect had been arrested and police were continuing their investigations. A spokesperson for Singapore Airlines said all other passengers and crew had disembarked normally at 9:20 a.m. and declined to give further details on the incident.
Belacan Bintulu, a local product adored by many. On Sejahtera Asia tomorrow, entrepreneur Nur Jahan Zaidil will be speaking to hosts Alexan and Sharon Kazia on this staple condiment of many kitchens. And they'll be joined by Safaat Zainal Abidin and Abdillah Untom on the development of the theatre Titik Hitam. Plus, we have Bachelors of Malaysia gracing your screen tomorrow as they share their insights on this internationally known pageant. 7:45 a.m. tomorrow on the Astro Channel 122 and MyFreeView. See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news updates both locally and internationally. Just head on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media platforms. That's all the time we have for TVS Nightline. I'm Shal Shamato. Thank you for watching.